Hey, it's working. Stream is working. Is it going out? It seems to also be going out. Oh, that's great. My cable is being a bit too much tugged, but well, that's fine. Oh yeah, right. I want to slightly correct the positioning because I think it's a bit wrong. Yeah. Right. Okay then. Let us actually go into ACC. I guess we're gonna head into our boat. I'm gonna see if there are any people on the server. There should be about 15 minutes left in the session. Oh yeah, right, this is fine, because we're entering a GT3 only server. Some racing. Yeah. Oh, there's 3 people on the server. That's neat. Green light. Ah. So it is SRGP himself, Risotto, and Kenny. To form the 3 guys up who've actually decided to show up here. 80 minutes on the clock instead. Oh, well. Oh, I didn't copy the setup over yet. What do I... Ah, I do have one here. Because I have raced here actually. Right, relatively open brake ducts. I think we can close those down by a click. Without too much concern. There's probably a warmer in this. Fuel amount will be likely fine and everything. So. Right then. Oh yeah, this race wouldn't have even turned official if I hadn't turned up for it, so no one would have scored points tonight without me showing up. He needs at least 3 people, and well, SRGP is not going to drive most likely. He's most likely going to stream. Yeah, he commented also on the 3 drivers. In the in-game chat. Right then. We have some lap times to set. That's not how you take this corner, apparently. Granted, we are on a green track, so it's frankly more dusty than green, most likely. But I don't think ACC really has a dusty condition. Whoa! Holy shit, I did not expect that from the car. Let's just say there's some wait. Toe? No, totally seems totally fine. There's no issue bug in the toe. How much T? 4 TC. Yeah, that is also fine. Nothing seems wrong in these settings. Let's just try again. I mean, Risotto's lap time over 26 isn't slow either, I think. But I think alien times go down to 23s or something. Or non-alien times, I think I think it was like, I had a Jeremy or Jordan posted on the Sim Racing 604 Discord a hot lap with the Ferrari of 23.5 or something on the aggressive preset. So that's sort of like the benchmark. I'm not gonna beat that stuff. Even if I'm more than capable of beating those guys. Given the right sex perfect. And mainly just when we play AC. They're too quick for me in ACC. In historic cars, you need a driver and somebody who points the car in the right position. It's on my index finger. The left hand. Yeah, the setup is pretty mid. Not particularly great. I don't think I will go sub 26 even. I don't know what I did actually when the Sim Racing 64 series visited this track. Sort of lap times I did. I mean, I was running around at the bottom end of the field, that's for sure. Only 5:26.1. Yeah, not that good. This thing has so much wheel spin in it. And then honestly, the Dodge Charger that I drove tonight was easier to drive than this thing. It just wants the wheel spin constantly. I mean, I am quicker, but like, it's just... I think I need to go back to the drawing board with this one. It's a bit too wobbly, Chief. There's a braking mark completely. I think I should go up to TC5 at least in these conditions. Let's go up. Don't have a turn-in marker at all. I'm just turning in a bit with feel. That's not particularly great. mean, I was at one point in this lap up to 410s and dropped down to 210s up, and now we're back up to 4. So there's probably 4 seconds in there if I can stabilize the car a bit. Get a bit more consistent. Okay, there's a risotto right in front of me. I think I should move the brake pads forward. I think I'm locking the rears actually. Half a second nearly. Although Robinson at least isn't improving, he's closing in on risotto, so who knows, maybe risotto has a bit more in store for us. Yeah, my tire pressure's on quite right there, about 0.5 psi too low. And that is on a green track, so... Oh, I botched this con again. Where is this setup going wrong? I blew that corner. Lost all the time into that. Whoa, that was slick, but it wasn't particularly much faster. carry more speed there. Yeah, I mean the car now finally sort of runs, so it's something. Although I'm still not able to go sub 25, so that's a bit of an issue. Well, let's just pull over right now. I think I've done enough laps to practice the track a bit. So it has improved actually. He is also coming to this. Right then. I noted we were about 0.5 psi down on tires. Probably need even a bit more than that. I have a lot of toe on the rear axle. And the car is still quite unstable. I think I will go to 4TC. I think that is workable. Genuinely. Hold it being outside. We could drive out and do another flyer, but is there really much of a point? I think we've proven it. We're not going slow, so. Right, anything else happening? Anywhere else, because we are just waiting right now, and it's just waiting and waiting and waiting. Hello there. We're just waiting at the end of practice for the server to take over. Like last week, we have barely a grid together. We've shrunk even from 4 to 3 drivers now. Discount SRGP, he's technically not driving. But yeah. The car's a bit difficult to drive. The setup is not that great, but hey, it will do. It's not too slow, although I mean, I've seen people do 35C easily, so not that great. Although we're also on a green track, so it is what it is. Right then. Okay. 10 minutes of qualifying. Don't want to take fuel out of the car, fill the car up with lead. How has the temperature changed? Oh, I think they've gone down. Yeah, I think the temperatures have actually gone massively down. Oh man, that means more pressure. We still have a green track somehow. Let's go Series 6 up. Keep the brake ducts at 4, which is probably over dimensioned for these temperatures, 21 degrees C. So Resort has followed me out of the pits. With his Lexus. I don't think the Lexus is a particularly good car on the circuit. I mean, hey, it's perhaps not terrible, so the Audi is probably a strong car here. The Bentley is good enough. If not, perhaps even the best car here. Man, I'm missing all the apexes. All of them. And the women and the children too. Seems like the tires are getting up to pressure. As long as I don't miss the corkscrew. The exit of this corner for some reason produces massive amounts of wheel spin. Once I set the car to the wall. So what are we gonna set as a benchmark here? Probably nothing quick. Yeah, 26.2, yikes. Pretty shit. I think that's worse than my practice lap. My slowest. Granted, we are running on race fuel, so because anything else would just be bullying. I'm not seeing particular inroads either. I'm gonna take the corners correctly. Now we're seeing some gains. That's what I'm talking about. it's all about. Some gains here. All the talk about gains, this could be a bodybuilder channel. No. Christ, how much time I left on the table on the final sector here. My sector 1 was okay somehow, despite it being quite a few missed apex as well. Not seeing much interest here. I want to finally get sub 25 perhaps. Yes, I have the TC at 4. Basically still have to baby the throttle like it's a raw egg. Wasn't particularly quick. Well, today is like I get what I wish for, which is 124, and there it is. I have slightly high tire pressures. Car wants to slightly rotate into turn 1, but otherwise it's fine. Oh, I was about to say like, and what does it mean to be butchered? It's like he's 4 seconds off the base. I'm sorry. Let's just return to the pits. Right, okay. How high is... Yeah, it says it's at about 42 minutes it predicts for fuel I have. Which is fine. That should be enough. 1.5 seconds in front of Risotto. I mean, obviously I have the fast sectors. 2/10 faster in sector 1, 6/10 faster in sector 2, and 4/10 faster in nearly half a second faster in sector 3. Okay then. Well. Oh, the temperatures have gone back up. 33 degrees again. Load this. This was... the tire pressures was low for... Actually, I had corrected them already before I saved it. Alright, so we need to shave a few PSI off these. Because they were already too low. We need a bit of fuel. Let's just take 70 liters just in case. Desert 3 is fine. Brake bars is fine. The other things are fine. Right. I think Kenny is driving an old Evo, is he? No, he's driving the new Evo actually. Just looking at the steering wheel, that's a new Evo. Right. At least you can see on this track the green lights. It's not like Kyalami where the green flag is waved after you've crossed underneath the green lights. It's just silly. I know. It's just to fit the entire grid through there. In real life they wouldn't do it like that. In real life that Kyalami race has also like, what, 18 cars or something in it? I think 18 is actually high. They had like 12 cars in the Kyalami 8 hours. The SRO. And yeah, we're slightly driving away with this. Slightly. first lap is instantaneously on the 48. 48, what I was saying, 24. My guess is that we're having here an optimum track. I should have probably then not decreased my tire pressures, because on optimum track you don't need so low tire pressures. But the car's a bit skitty on these low pressure tires. It was really, I mean, the qualifying session is set on a Saturday, but it's still very strange to have like a completely green track on Saturday. I guess he set perhaps a rain percentage up and the track was washed away over Friday evening, and then we had obviously dry sessions on Saturday and Sunday. No. But I mean, it's such a bad. Although going sub 24 is gonna be a bit of an ask. Missed the apex. Way too quick into there. I mean, Ricky's not going slower, he's doing mid-25s as well. But in the end, there's very much three people on three completely different skill levels. But I would say Ricky is probably closer to mine than Kenny is to Ricky. Ricky's probably a silver split driver. Midfield silver split driver. I'm front field to lower field gold driver. Front field silver split mid-tier gold split driver. And then Kenny is probably a bronze split driver, which isn't too unfair to say. But yeah, it's very much possible to put both me and Ricky into the same split. Not to say that we'll end up on completely different ends of the field, but there usually should be cars in between us. last time around he was very quick. I think he put like 25 flat in. What was that? There was a bump in the middle of the corner that just came out of nowhere. Felt like hitting a curb, but like... it wasn't a curb. Well, Kenny is actually closer to Ricky than I am to... than Ricky is to me. So there's that. Jesus Christ, the setup at times. Oh yeah, right, this thing doesn't have 5TC on it. Let's just do that. It's a 30-minute race, I just want to finish it for the most part. This is actually somehow a faster lap.
Fastest lap on the race. Great job, man. Fastest lap of the race, man. Good job.
Yeah, it seems to feel this in general spreading out right now. All three of us are pulling away from each other, unfortunately. Fuck me, you car, please. Battery axle. I mean, this is an exercise in patience because tomorrow I will be driving a 6-hour race alone. Too good for my opponents. But yeah, tomorrow I will be doing a 6-hour race alone in a Maserati at Watkins Glen. And there's like 4 other GT4 cars entered? 3 other GT4s, I think? Something like that. Granted, there's like 25 or something GT3s. But there's a few GT3 cars. And I think I will be joining Niall, who I raced last week in the 8 hours of Watkins Glen with. In VC, so at least I have someone to talk with. While I'm going insane slowly. I mean, I am insane, it's just the last bit of sanity that I didn't even think I had, and then I lose. I mean, what is the definition of insanity? It's trying things over and over and thinking there will be a different outcome than me just soloing a endurance race in GT4. The outcome will be predictably that I'm not gonna win it. Let's see. My rear tires are actually up to pressure. The fronts aren't quite. Oh, that's a bit far. Although I'm not that far better that I can like afford doing a drive roll or something like that. That would actually give them the position. Not that I've collected any track cuts so far. This isn't Kota, so it's not like you can collect track cuts here like Pokemon. Although I think there are places where you can get track cuts here. Like, I think this corner should be possible, but I have driven very wide at some time that hasn't.
Fastest lap of the race. Great job.
Almost minuscule improvement. Just the gap keeps opening up. And I'm just trying at this point to hot lab. Seeing if I can break the 24 barrier. This lap definitely won't be it. Whoa, I think I've pushed it a bit much. The car's a bit twitchy now. But yeah, Ricky must be feeling like similar to how I felt in when I ran here the Porsche Cayman. And a few aliens up ahead just completely vanished into the distance. Similar, I think it was also a 30-minute race. I think that's the first 25s. Second 25, I think I won. First flyer I had a 25 as well. Too fast again. It's the apex. I lost all the momentum up the hill. That. To say I blew it is an understatement there. I have no clue what the hell happened there. The end was just nope. We're only 20 seconds ahead of Ricky. 7 minutes left in the race. That was too fast mid-corner. Ah, another missed apex run through here. Barely any gains down the hill. Lost everything in that corner. And missed the exit here. So I end up 1.5 down. Instead of 1.5 up. No gains. I'm lapping very consistently, but it's just consistently slightly too slow for gaining sub 24. That's 30. So we have 3 laps to go. Well, technically I have enough time to make it 2, but like, why would I? "26 seconds ahead of him." Now we're slowly into the territory where I could get away with a drive-through. plenty of time. Yeah, the tires are just a bit too second-hand at this point. Oof. Seconds. He was with me most of the race in Kyalami, I think about 10-15 seconds back at the end, but here? I guess Kyalami favored his car better than this track. Ah, blew the final corner. Last two corners. That's such a good lap. I would have gone sub 24. Would have actually gone sub 24 there. But the penultimate turn was meh, and then I blew the final corner. It was too late. On my brakes there. Alright. Still waiting for them to cross start finish. Now Ricky has crossed start. He must have made a mistake on the final lap because he's now 40 seconds behind. Yeah, he must have made some sort of mistake there on the final lap. Because he was heading up the hill still. It was still only... Okay, I can only shift into neutral when I'm standing still, okay. Because I want to shift neutral to get the car out of gear to stop it from rolling itself. Replay should be automatically saved. Tested 3 was the one I used in the race. Light graining on all 4 tires. Yeah, no wonder I was struggling at the end to push. Yeah, hopefully better attendance than Hungaroring. My car will be definitely viable there, so I know I can definitely fight for the win, even if I'm not beating up Risotto as the P2 guy. Not sure we will do the Nürburgring. Might be shortened down to a 6 race championship instead of a 7. I wouldn't too much mind. To me, it's just a question of like, where do we stop? Well, just tell me beforehand. I would appreciate that. Also types. Okay. Let's briefly check our replay out. Play replay. Anything interesting happened at the start? So as I said, he had now the Evo 2. He even lifted off there at the start of the... Why are you so cautious? There are 2 cars. Like, it's not like there's a... You need to be overly cautious at the start here, because there's only 2 cars in front of you. It would be really embarrassing to cause a wreck at that point, but... It's not like you have that many cars to crash into. It's not like we're gonna go extra slow through turn 1 due to this. Sure, he could do some sort of, because he was quite a bit back after the first like 2 laps. Yeah, both of them not carrying that much speed through there. I mean, I wasn't carrying that much speed either through there. That majestic Bentley. That's white trim. Driving into the distance. Looking from Kenny's perspective, like there isn't that much in terms of like the guy that okay, there's a mistake from Risotto, but like Risotto wasn't doing that much wrong. It lost a lot of ground for sure on me. It was like missed apexes here and there, and that was what cost him on the first lap quite a bit, and him not pushing that much. Grip conditions allowed. Kenny relative to that drove a relatively decent lap, so for the most part everything is really fine, splendidly. Kenny's quite a bit back there. Start of the final lap here. So there's something happen here. Oh yeah, he dips a wheel in the grass there, but that's about 2 tenths lost. Not multiple seconds. That's also fine. Oh, that's not fine. That's definitely a few seconds, but not that many. I don't think that made up the entire time loss that he had. He was about 28 seconds down when I was heading up the hill, and he finished 39 seconds down. It's a bad line here. He feels also like he's driving extra slow right now. Is he out of fuel? Oh yeah. Yeah, he ran out of fuel. He had calculated his fuel so close. Oh, that's why he lost so much time. He realized it luckily early enough. Please don't go against the direction of travel, because that will get you DQ'd. I can tell you that. Replay ends as soon as Kenny crosses the line here, but... No, we can't see the car heading down the hill. It's a bit too far up the way for that. You can see him crawl over the finish line there. He's already crawled over. And then so I have to turn around. Yeah, it's a bad idea to roll backwards into the pit lane. That's a terrible idea. Don't do that. And yeah, ran out of fuel there. So that's funny. But it's also like, yeah, he would have not triggered that extra lap. I was able to because I was driving faster. I mean, how much time did I have on the clock when I started my final lap? Like, what, 10, 15 seconds, something like that? And he was about 28 seconds behind when I did that. So he was in the realm of like 10 seconds of starting an extra lap himself. He was already like, he should have had that extra lap in the fuel tank just in case. Like you never know how fast you go yourself, but I mean he probably went off his green track pace. And then the fact that this track was in fact optimum threw him for a loop. Yeah, I think none of these drivers did. Obviously nothing further eventful happened besides someone running out of fuel yet. I don't know. Can you finishing like 47 seconds down on me? 30-minute race, that's a bit embarrassing, but hey. As I said, it's bronze driver. Seen worse. Seen auto drivers that claim bronze for the drive pro pace, but besides the point. They often lack racecraft, so they actually need to drive not split. Don't think that's the case with him, but hey. We've seen everything I think there is to see. Right, we could do some practice with the Maserati for tomorrow. Because that's gonna be that's gonna be fun. I mean, Aries is hosting also a server for practice in about 5 minutes. Actually, not 5 minutes. It was 30 minutes ago. That he posted in 5 minutes. Going live in 5 minutes. That was 30 minutes ago. Oops. Okay, there it is. Oh yeah, there's no server and stuff. This is the practice session. It was yes. Yeah, and there was voting for the car that he should drive in Paddock Dog. What's that? But it doesn't mean we have access to the Grid Finder server to practice on it with him. Feel the Maserati around the track. Do we have information actually about the weather conditions tomorrow? Sign-ups are now closed. Okay, but I have signed up already, so... Right. Let's say it's... Yeah, there's 4 GT4s now with me. Which is like a bit of pain, you could say. Yeah, we've entered 4 4 GT4s, there are, could say, how many GT3s? Well, just slightly enlarge this window so I can get 3 in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 31 GT3s. Yeah, we have at least a few GT3s around the track. There are 2 Maseratis ended with Bingus McBongus and Jacob the Snake 2 running together that Maserati. We have a BMW M4 run by Pastor TV and Marcel Weitinger. So 2 Germans in the LCR Racing Spinella and the LCF Racing Bremsklotz. A McLaren 570 SGT4 with Sven Lichten, Jake Hampken, and Kai Zahn. Yeah, another German car. So there's fucking 6 German drivers across 3 cars into a GT4. Making up a vast majority. It's not like, I mean, there's quite a few like German teams. There's a German who's driving solo in a 911 Porsche, 911 2 GT3R. Kristallschaft with Scheibenwischer Racing. Actually should translate to windshield wiper racing. Yeah, there's quite a few German teams. There's the Mechanic Room 2 car entered. Let's just see how that goes. Oh yeah, I wanted to check if we get like any intel on. I did see is that this NMR Porsche guy is entered. Has entered also a car apparently into this event because he is like advertised that he's like looking for drivers for his team. Maybe I need to jump ship after this event to him. Not to leave Iris, right? But like I'm weighing off options with a different with right now having had run-ins with Phantom Sim Racing, for which I have entered a car into a 24 Enduro already, so that's coming up in about 2 weeks, 3 weeks time, I think, the race. Something like that. Car's entered, so we can just add drivers to it later. Oh yeah, here. Average temperature 26°C, cloud level 0.3, rain level 0, and weather randomness of 2. What does this actually produce in terms of weather? 26 or random 2. Was it no rain? What was it? No rain and 0 free cloud. Okay. Well, that is about a peak of about 30 degrees or so. Peak temperature, and it goes down to about 20 degrees. Pretty solid. When does the race run in game time? Race start is 11 Sunday. 11 on a Sunday is race, and we need not 600. It is 360. It's this massive block, so it will start at about 28, 29 degrees and go up to 30 and go back down. An interesting curve for sure. It'll be interesting to keep on top of the numbers in terms of the tire pressures for that race. 75 minutes stint timer, which, well, that's gonna be a bit of a challenge with the Maserati. I'm gonna say that. I've uploaded my livery. So we have that going for us already. Where do I get event announcements? The American GT3 series by Pit Crew. Race 1 scheduled for the 12th of August. Right. I mean, I've driven the track before. Let's actually see if we can find a practice server, just looking for it. What's the name again of the community? It's Racing Pals. What do they have info on a practice server? Server info. Okay, search for pals. Thank you. 3 servers. Endurance practice. The teams practice server. I just didn't see it. What time is that from the BMW M4 57.7? I think on full fuel that is actually not too terrible. We need pad type 2 for sure on our car. Tomorrow, and we're gonna need about 95 or so liters for an hour-long stint. Temperature's 36 degrees is way hotter than actually the server is gonna be. I already tell that's not supposed to be like that. I think I'm gonna keep the brake decks just unload the tire pressures. Let's nibble 04 of them. Oh, that is... Wait a second. Why do I have that livery? Or is that a default livery that is shipped with the Nissan? That MUQU Hair Racing livery. Is that a livery that is shipped with the Nissan in-game? I didn't know. I know there's the Fate liveries on the Mercedes. I know those exist. Woo! What was that, please? Excuse me, what was that? I've not seen that happen before. It's not my first time driving this car. So what the fuck was that? Just heading up the hill, the car is just like, no. Well, that's fun. Well, we're on low tire pressures. Tires have obviously not come up to pressure, they were fresh out of the pits. Still, I did not expect to cut off wheel spin up the hill here. Yeah, and this time it's stayed planted. Oh hell.
Car on the
Hello
left.
NSX.
Clear on the left.
How are you doing? I have to reload the circuit apparently. At least I did show up to do some practice.
Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left.
What is going on? There aren't that many people on the server. There are 12 people, including myself on the server. It seems like the entire traffic has bunched up together and has decided to pass me at once. That is a bit hilarious. Slight bit hilarious, to say the least. I think I can go up on the brake power due to being on pad type 2. In comparison to the Porsche, it drives quite vastly differently. Obviously, it's not a Porsche, it's a front engine GT4 car. You do have to brake a bit earlier for the chicane.
Yellow flag ahead. Watch out in front. Yellow flag ahead. Watch out. There's a slow car ahead.
My guess is that guy in the BMW is probably the slowest driver, so... I'm really a bit afraid of the Maserati, the other one. Because who's insane enough to enter a Maserati in a 6-hour race besides people that know how good that car is? Right? On the other end, it's American, so like... You know? Could be incompetent drivers as well. Or average people, at which point, yeah, I still need to mind them, but they're not that great. The McLaren might be fast.
Well done, mate. Personal best.
I didn't even go that much faster than the guy. Because I'm thinking, like, didn't I remember doing like 54s on this track or something like that? If I'm thinking more about it, it's probably like low 56s. I have to actually struggle up the hill in terms of steering. That's something. I didn't expect to have to experience here.
Yellow flag. Be careful. Yellow flag in sector 1. Slow car ahead.
Oh, that's a bit fast in there. Yeah, always there's a chance there's like an actually really good driver in some team, but then again, these teams can totally balance themselves out again by just having a slow driver on the grid. I'm the only GT4 doing it solo. I have both an advantage or both a disadvantage.
Well done, mate. Rest of the best.
Tire pressure are pretty spot on. Tires are a bit warm, but I would say this is all good enough. Scary how consistent right now I already am. Let me check if the track was optimum. Was he checking the temperatures again? No, this is not actually very high. We're dealing here with 37 track, 29 air, and what I looked at was air temp. This is totally realistic for what we actually will hit on race day.
Yellow flag, be careful. There's a slow car ahead.
I actually went time down this time around. How long does the fuel actually last right now? I think it's starting to provide me actually accurate fuel estimates. For another an hour 10 right now. Which means I have a decent amount of fuel, probably need a bit less even. Probably for a race start pretty early up, because we need to 75 minutes means we need to go for five stinter, which means I have to, because you can drop one pit stop compared to doing hourly stints that way, but that means I think doing an hour and 12 per stint instead of the usual 1 hour, and those 12 minutes can be quite, you know, vital with this car especially. Quite game changing because, well, this car eats its tires, so invalidated. Get away with a bit more rearwards bias.
Yellow flag ahead. Charlie in front.
I can definitely get twitchy. We'll put it in the wrong places. This car definitely, like, the sense of speed with this car is just so slow. It's nothing unusual for this car. I've had this before, but just you feel like I'm going terribly slow when you're in reality going like actually really fast. But especially when you're jumping, having driven this track a lot with a GT3 before, and a Porsche at that, it feels like absolutely rocket ship. When really it's not going that fast. Versus a Bentley you just drove on a different track. And both of those experiences combined, so you're jumping into this car on this track. And it's just like, yeah, this is slow. But an instant back. Why did you back out? You were alongside me. Like, genuinely, like, what the hell were you doing there? You were fully alongside me, like, there was no point in backing out. And now he sits, like, for 5 corners behind me. Now he goes for the overtake. Would have preferred if the Porsche gave me a bit more room there. Seems all the GT3s try to continually run in traffic with each other. I mean, fair enough, you actually practice driving around other cars, which you're gonna need. Though I would personally usually like just get out of the pits and just see where I end up. Though I mean, the Porsches have all the same livery, so it's pretty sure that that is actually a team effort there. But they're very cautious right now with the GT4s. Awesome. Like, guys, this is the opportunity. You can dive bomb the living shit out of me, and I'm like, I'm not gonna be that mad because it's not gonna ruin my race. You can practice and figure out where you can pass GT4s on me. Doing good practices and stuff. And if it goes wrong, it goes wrong, and tried it now. You can say sorry and everything's undone. Yeah. Yeah. It's technically his, actually. PS4 controller. I've lent it from him. Because I don't have actually a good, well, normal controller for playing certain games. That means no Dark Souls tonight for me, or Need for Speed Most Wanted. But hey, instead I can go to bed, you know. But I probably shouldn't go that early to bed. Going later to bed has advantages in a sense. Although I should probably wake up relatively early to get breakfast and stuff. Oh, that was a missed apex and a half. Perhaps... Nah, I shouldn't wash this facial interface. right for sure. I don't think I've used the other one, because I definitely want to hot swap this race around. I don't know what the weather will be tomorrow. In real life, I mean. How hot it will get. I effectively need to early open my window. I probably won't have an opportunity during the race to open it. The race start is about 6 PM or so. There's a Porsche behind me again.
Clear on the left.
I would say the rear left tire pressure is a bit high. Maybe chop that a bit off before I save the setup for the race. Yeah, tires aren't really dropping off.
Yellow flag out. Watch out.
But I'm only about 1.5 seconds faster than the other guy in GT4. Which is not much. Okay, it's about as much as like I beat people up earlier in the SRGP race, but you know, he's ranked for some reason as... Actually, he isn't ranked silver. Well, who knows. I'm expecting him to be the slowest driver and his other comrades to be like at least a second faster. Expecting the worst. So... yeah, this car feels absolutely bonkers quick.
Yellow flag in sector 2.
Should probably just stay in third for this hairpin here. But yeah, I mean, the tires don't feel like they're wearing at all. This track is really not, at least for the Maserati, it's not really that heavy. Till I step too much on the brakes and completely overshoot turn one. Oh well. Can move the brake bars more robots. And I was considering to move up the brake bar. Actually should try that maybe. Upping the brake power. Yeah. Third gear all the way. Proceed to. Oh. Fuck! That was close. Sorry. Why did I stop blowing turn 1? I think I just started pushing too hard. Car's not actually locking up the tires, so. Right. There are no lockups actually on the tires. The tire set has some light graining on the rears, and that's it. That's all there is to it. It's the entire tires proposition. There. I'll take a slight bit out of the rear left in terms of pressure, but otherwise I think tires were absolutely fine pressure wise. And fuel wise most likely as well. Quick pit stop briefly. So oh, we're at 91 power. Let's just up that one. What do I mean? And Enduro probably makes sense to just keep it at 91. We don't really need the extra brake power. I mean, it can be useful, but hey, it's... if it's more dangerous, then you don't really need it. We can try it. The car responds to more brake power.
Stay clear of the curbs.
Oh, I'm tire set 1 now, which is a worn set technically. So one where a wheel spin into the wall here. Should not be an issue. Okay. What is it? 18. Now 18 on that this amount of fuel. Fair enough. Come on, by.
Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
You broke earlier than a fucking GT4. Like, what sort of a fucking joke are you? Oh yeah. Oh, I understand. This is Sylvia. He's P9 in the order and he's 8 seconds off the pace. About 4 seconds per lap faster than me. In a GT3. I'm in a GT4. Okay. Yeah, he's braking way too early. Jesus. Like, I could... Or is he just now willing to pull over to let me by? I'm in a GT4, my man! What the fuck is wrong with you? Oh, he's trying to let the GT3 by us behind it. What is going on here? I don't understand. Just get pace in the board. I mean, I'm sure the fastest time is like what, a 40 flat or some bullshit like that. That like no human can do really. Oh, that's GT4s, but actually that's not that fast. Fastest time is like a 43. Because I know my time is about what, a 56 mid, something like that, and I'm 11.5 off the fastest time in this session. So this guy must be doing like 52s, 53s. Okay, what I was doing there was probably also too fast though. Oh, fuck. Same GT3 there. Nope, no surprise GT3. Yeah, actually 12 seconds now. Which places the lap time and about what, a 44, which qualifying pace wise isn't that terrible. I wasn't able to do something like that in the other league. Actually, I think that's my GT4 colleague. Yep, it's my GT4. He's close back up to me due to me flying off the circuit. But he isn't going slow either right now. I think he sniffed that there's actually time improvement in here and that he has to show that he can drive. A bit close, you could say. Now comes a GT3 by.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Slow down early and just carry the exit speed. Yeah, it's just way quicker. Getting early on the brakes for turn 1 instead of trying to push it late. Yeah, and you need to downshift early to 4th. Don't try to carry it into the first part of the corner, it won't work. Could have used more reverse brake bars there. Oh well. Oh yeah, I'm actually gapping him. It looked for a moment at the end of that lap like I wasn't gapping him. Yeah, we're not even sub 56 yet. There's still some improvement room. He put a 57.8 in, so I don't think he even improved. Is it on time? That's too fast. That's too much rear bias. Moved it one click, literally one. Was sufficient to cause issues. I think I've done enough. Let's practice a pit entry. Call it for the night. It's kind of slow corner. Need to brake earlier. Need to remember to brake early. It's one of the big things, but should at some point get in my head in 6 hours worth of driving. That was quite close on the pit entry there, in terms of speed. I have actually some damage on the car. So what I'm noticing is that the pit boxes we're parking in the slow lane here, not the working lane. But we're also parking there, so it's not just the service crew that's standing way too far forward. Alright then. Man, my seating position for this car is completely not right. Because I don't think I've ever driven the M4 actually. Although, I think I've driven it once. I do think to remember of like its interestingly odd gearing. Huh. Maybe, I don't remember it. I was driving for like practice 2 laps or so. And I mean, I drove the M2 in Factor 2, which that has very similar dashboard, steering wheel and everything to the M4 GT4. Pretty sure even in your car you can carry 4 through here. Yeah, we'll slow it down a bit. Hey, the lap is pretty solid, 55. Yeah, I think he did improve there. I think it's better to stay in. I mean, if you're going anyway down to 3rd, it's probably best to stay just 5th. Although you're probably best off 4th. Pretty sure getting there. That's a bit of a missed apex and a half. Yeah, I'm very surprised how consistently I can drive my Maserati on the circuit. Seca is very consistent. Right, we've found enough, I think. For tonight, at least. Enough Maserati practice. The beauty shall be rolled out on track tomorrow. And we shall see. Right. At least the winds are cold. And I mean, it is getting late at this point. It's nearly 10. It's nearly 12, so... yeah. Okay. Right then. Done this, done that. How long has the stream been? 2 hours, precisely. Oh, that's not too bad. I mean, the SRGP event was about less than an hour. So, I still wasted a lot of time here, doing things that aren't in the stream title, but hey. Oh, I didn't save the adjustment on this brake power, but I did save the adjustments, the other adjustments I've made. Right. I did save this, so I did half save the setup. Right then. Well then, bye bye.